Well, well, well. What a disastrous, boring, tasteless, boring, unmeaningful Monday Night Raw I just saw. Absolutely disgraceful. Right, let me even just jump to SmackDown Live. I'm really looking forward to SmackDown Live tonight and doing the preview right after this video. But Monday Night Raw, August 8th, 2016 was a complete failure and definitely the worst Raw since the new era. Definitely. I think SmackDown Live will beat this tonight. If they don't, there's something wrong. There's just something. This Raw was just so boring. Look, we hardly got any wrestling time. I don't think the wrestling matches added up to an hour on a 3-hour show. Mostly promos, commercials, but it was just boring. It's meaningless. This is supposed to be the build-up to the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, SummerSlam, and we have a Monday Night Raw like this, and you call yourself the flagship show of the WWE? Monday Night Raw, you're going to have to step up your game, or SmackDown Live is going to overtake you in that flagship show. Because I haven't even started on what actually happened. This was boring. It wasn't that bad, but it was boring. And it needed to be more wrestling. I'm just disappointing. Very disappointing for you WWE fans that want to see good wrestling, guys. So let's just talk through it. I'm just going to talk through it. It's going to be a short video because there's hardly anything to talk about. So it kicked off with a package. Michael Cole kicking off the package about Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton. Plus Mick Foley invited Daniel Bryan to Raw, and Puff Daddy guest stars on Raw. And they should have utilized him more as well, Puff Daddy. Enzo's music played to bring out Enzo and Big Cass to kick off Raw. Enzo did the pre-match ring intro before they hit the ring to continue the rap. Enzo said he came out here last Monday in Raw and tried to get close to women's champion Sasha Banks. Cass, she was smitten. Cass said Enzo was like catnip to a kitten. Enzo said the chemistry in the ring was like a science fair. Cass said it was like Mike Trout hitting a danger. Apparently there were some Dodgers fans mixed with Angels fans in the crowd based on a mixed response. Enzo said he was on the track and ready to hit a home run when Chris Jericho interrupted. He said Jericho's scarf and no shirt makes him want to puke a little bit. Enzo told the Axl Rose wannabe that he's going down. Chris Jericho's music interrupted. Jericho bounced out on stage, telling Enzo that the only reason why he's still here in WWE is because he has a 7-foot maid to clean up his messes. Oh no. Jericho said Enzo feels like he can run his mouth because he has Cass backing him up. Well, guess what? I have backup too, and I'm sure we all know that is Kevin Owens. Jericho said Kevin Owens are close Canadian brothers now, and no matter what he does, Owens will always have his back, which I agree with. Owens was just standing there, not moving, with his arms folded, like a bad guy. He is. Kevin, you got my back? Yeah, Owens finally answered. Cass asked if they like Bert and Ernie scrubbing each other's backs. Jericho said only a stupid idiot would think that's funny. Cass told Jericho to do something about it. So Owens took over, so they're just having verbal wars against each other. So then the match was Enzo Amore versus Chris Jericho. I think this match was about 5 to 10 minutes long. Pretty boring, but a good match. Chris Jericho carried Enzo Amore through the match. Decent match. Chris Jericho won by disqualification when Kevin Owens kept attacking Enzo when the referee didn't see. This was probably the second best match, and it wasn't even that good. And then Big Cass big booted Chris Jericho to make Chris Jericho pick up the victory. So they rolled out, and then the match was confirmed. At SummerSlam, it will be Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens versus Enzo and Big Cass. Guys, I'm looking forward to that match. That match should be a very good match. You have Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho on one team versus Enzo and Cass, guys. Make sure you look forward to that match. Backstage, Mick Foley was on the phone with Stephanie McMahon when Sasha Banks walks in. Sasha points out that it's never a one-on-one match with Dana Brooke at ringside, so why not just make it a handicap match? Mick says he is a big fan of Sasha, so how about this? Sasha is going to have a match tonight. If she wins, Dana is banned from ringside, but if Sasha loses, he'll grant a request and make it a handicap match. Why on earth would a champion want to defend his or her championship in a handicap match? Please tell me. I thought you're supposed to have to want one-on-one, but not even a two-on-one. I don't understand the logic of this as well. It just makes her look stupid. Then we had the mountain of a man, Braun Strowman versus a local jumper. But guys, I'm loving these short squash matches. Braun Strowman is absolutely ruthless. This time Michael Cole interviewed this black young man, backstage instead of in the ring. Byron asks his opponent why he took this match. The guy is speechless. Braun knocks him off the apron immediately. He is thrown back in the ring, and then Strowman hits a running forearm so great that it turns the guy inside out. Reverse chokeslam for the win. But guys, I'm not a big fan of the reverse chokeslam. I think it's just lame. It's just boring. It's a rubbish move. He should change it to the one that he debuted when he used to put Roman Reigns up and spin around. That was much better. But did you see the way how Braun Strowman chucked him out the ring with his leg? I've never ever seen that before. But oh well. Backstage, Puff Daddy is talking to Mick Foley and Woods, and Kofi walks in. Woods wants to personally thank him for putting together the soundtrack for WWE 2K17. He asks how big his nuts are. Mick tells him he can't say that on TV. Woods says he's actually going to call Biggie and check in. Puff Daddy walks off with him and Kofi. Next was a very, very boring 2-minute match. Titus O'Neil versus Darren Young. We've seen this match about 1,000 times. In reality, I think we've already seen this match about 5 times. We saw it last week. Okay, I'm sure. No, let me tell you what happened. Last week, Titus O'Neil won with a roll-up. Okay? Grabbing Darren Young's tights. Guys, please tell me, what do you think happened? I'm going to tell you, Darren Young won. What do you think WWE did? They repeated the same exact thing Titus O'Neil did. Darren Young won with a roll-up, grabbing his tights. Nothing much. Nothing else to say about that. Seth Rollins came out, cut a promo on Finn Balor. Absolutely amazing segment. Best segment, one of the best segments of the night. But it's just very disappointing that Seth Rollins and Finn Balor were not in the ring 2 weeks away from SummerSlam. They should have been in the ring together, guys. And also Finn Balor's promo was absolutely brilliant. But it could have been better if he was in the ring with Seth Rollins saying it to his face rather than a video package. And Seth Rollins has improved on the mic so much. This match was definitely the match of the night. Sheamus versus Cesaro again. Last week it was a brilliant match. This was even better. Cesaro won with the roll-up as Sheamus ran into the referee, guys. So Cesaro finally earned his United States Championship match against Rusev. Next was a very, very huge disappointment again. As I said, Raw was watchable, but it was just very boring. The Dudley Boys versus Neville. Guys, Neville could pick any superstar he wanted. I'm sure people would be thinking of, oh, Sami Zayn, people like that, Cesaro. Guess who it was? Sin Cara. Neville's special partner was Sin Cara. Very boring match, about 5 minutes. Neville made the match entertaining with his brilliant moves. Neville and Sin Cara picked up the win, as I'm sure you would imagine, with Neville hitting the red arrow at Devon. And did you see that look Bubba Ray gave Devon after the match? Like a look of disgust. That could mean it could be a breakup for the Dudley Boys, guys. But it looks as if I don't think the Dudley Boys thing is working. WWE should break up the Dudley Boys, make Bubba Ray into Bully Ray, like his Bully Ray running TNA on his own, go after big championships like the United States Championship. I think that would be decent for him to go, and then give Devon some other role backstage, something like that. So that match was this terrible Monday Night Raw. Next was the in-ring segment. Rusev and Lana came out to celebrate their marriage. The ring is decorated with flowers and 3 wedding cakes. Lana, I am Rusev's princess, and when you marry a princess, you give them a fairy tale wedding. That's exactly what this man did. He gave me everything I wanted. Unfortunately, none of you could attend because it was VIP only. This is what Lana said. Then the crowd started booing. Rusev, respect my wife. Rusev is one of the best heels right now. He's actually hated. People don't say he's hated. He's doing his job well. Then as soon as this segment was getting boring, guess who came out loud? Roman Reigns with his new look, the beard. Roman Reigns music hits and the big dog comes out to the ring. Lana is absolutely furious. Roman says, take it easy, man, relax. He's here to be the best man, stuff like that. And can you believe Roman Reigns drank on live TV? I think that the wellness policy thing is getting to his head. He drank on TV. Next thing you know, you'll get banned for drinking alcohol. Then after Roman Reigns started getting rude to Rusev blast. Sorry, I wanted to celebrate and have a good time. And disappointed I'm not having a good time. I was expecting more, just like Lana was on your wedding night. Absolute savage disrespect from Roman Reigns. Rusev blasts Roman in his face and Roman fights back. But Roman blasts Rusev, who knocks Lana into the cakes, the red cakes. Roman laughs and gets out of the ring, so Lana's face was absolutely covered with cake. Sasha Banks versus Dana Brooke. We've seen this match about 1,000 times, as I've said before. And we already know the stipulation. Obviously, Sasha Banks won in about a 3-minute match. There's no wrestling on this show. I don't know why. There was hardly any wrestling. Sasha Banks won, picked up the victory, as I'm sure you will know, with the double knees. So at SummerSlam, it will be Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. Yeah, right. I know there will be a distraction by Ric Flair or Dana Brooke. Yeah, right. So Finn Balor talk about his promo with the Demon, which I already mentioned. Then we had the Club, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson talk about they were doctors and they're talking about what was it? Ball of light, steel post. Oh, I forgot. Bulls post-denitis or something. It was hilarious. It's absolutely funny. They're talking about how they took a sample of Biggie's balls and they had little eggs in there, and then they said they're gonna take some of Kofi Kingston's balls tonight to take a little sample. So guys, it was a very quick match. And why are the New Day getting squashed? I don't understand. It was Kofi versus Gallows. And Gallows literally won the match in about 2 minutes with some type of move. Then they attacked and Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston after the match. As soon as Gallows and Anderson were gonna do the same thing to Kofi like what they did to Big E, Xavier Woods came out with an equalizer, the steel chair, smashed the ring post, where the Club retreated. Next was Daniel Bryan came out and Mick Foley were just there talking. Mick cuts off Daniel Bryan before plugging SmackDown. Mick says he brought Daniel Bryan here to apologize for Brock invading SmackDown and laying out Randy Orton. He says he is deeply sorry. Daniel says that Mick does not have to apologize because SmackDown fights first shot by having Randy Orton come out and RKO the Beast. He says it should not have happened. Mick says that if Daniel had any respect, Daniel would not have said what he said about the Universal title. We see the footage. Daniel says that was out of context. He says they should have done an interspecies or Milky Way title. Rusev comes out and he is just for a fight. He says Raw does not need another champion. They have a champion named Rusev. Which is true. He is the best champion on Raw. While your superstars are on SmackDown, he will crush him for the greatest GM in history, Mick Foley. So Rusev is basically sucking up to Mick Foley. Daniel Bryan wants to know if Rusev is trying to get out of the match against Roman Reigns by sucking up. Next, Cesaro comes out and says that it seems that Rusev is having a really bad night and he has a way to make it worse. Cesaro reminds Foley that if he shows what he can do, he can earn a title match. He says he feels like he has proven himself. Mick says that it looks like Sheamus had him beaten. Cesaro wants to know if Foley is not a man of his word. Bryan says that Cesaro is totally underutilized. Foley says that Roman gets his show at SummerSlam, but Cesaro gets his title match tonight. So they go to commercial. Then next it was the Rusev versus Cesaro for the United States Championship match. And guess what? It was the second best match of the night. And guess whose name is there again? Cesaro! Cesaro should be on SmackDown Live. They need to move into SmackDown Live. And Sheamus, they're being underutilized. It's true what Daniel Bryan said. Cesaro, both of his matches he was in, they were the best matches of the night. Absolutely amazing match. It was a very good match. Sheamus came out and distracted. Cesaro was with the gotch style neutralizer, but the referee is not in position. The referee recovers, but Rusev kicks out at 2. Rusev with a thumb to the eye, and Cesaro staggers into the ropes as Sheamus delivers a brutal bro kick to Rusev. Cesaro, with Rusev winning with the roundhouse kick. So that was it. Until Rusev was celebrating, he came out, and Roman Reigns delivered a brutal spear to Rusev on the outside. That was to end Monday Night Raw. As I said, Raw, it was horrible. It was boring, but it was watchable. It was watchable. I rate Raw 5 out of 10 this week. I think that's very low. I think that's poor. It should be at least 7. Really looking forward to SmackDown Live tonight. You lot make sure to tune in for the preview and the review tomorrow, guys. That's it for this video. Make sure to stay safe, guys, and tune in for the best place to come for your news and rumors. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.